Yo, what's up, guys? Jacob Sokol here from Sensify.com. Just had tea in Central Park with a really interesting, really cool chick, and had a major takeaway from the experience that I want to share. So, one of the things that she was facing was super difficult. She was going through a really challenging part of her life, and I kind of was reminded of myself in my own life in her story and in what she was saying. And a major thing that it made me think of was, like, I didn't just become Jacob Sokol, Mr. Extraordinary Life, yada yada yada, hoopla hoopla, for no reason. Like, that happened because of all the fucked up things that I went through in my childhood and in my past and in my life. And it was really embracing that stuff that propelled me to be where I am today and function on the level that I function, whatever level that is. And so it was something almost a blessing. It was almost like a blessing to embrace that tragedy, that hardcore, uncomfortable circumstance, because without that, I wouldn't have grown into the person that I am today. And it was kind of cool to just share that awareness of my own situation with her at that time, and for her to, sorry about the noise, little New York action over here, and for her to kind of get some altitude, some perspective on her situation, like, whatever challenges she's facing, whatever challenges you're facing right now, that's something that's going to help in the future if you let it. Like, if you embrace that pain, if you fully face and accept the situation, and then use that situation as fuel for your fire to get you where you want to go in life, like, that's what's made all the difference. How do you think a 25, almost 26-year-old guy is, reading Socrates and Marcus Aurelius and caring about positive psychology and this dorky nerdiness and optimal living and all this stuff? It's because of all the stuff that I went through as in my life, like all the torment and lack of knowledge of who I actually was as a person, and lack of faith in myself, and all that has brought me to where I am today. So the big takeaway was, like, embrace that pain, that discomfort. I mean, those are blessings. Those are telling you something, like, hey, you need to face this issue. The reason you need to drink that cup of red wine at night is because it's like, there's something that you're having a hard time dealing with. Let's numb that pain, or let's lubricate that pain, and boom, and drink some red wine. So her situation was a lot more complex than that, but that was a big takeaway. And then she had, like, these gremlins in her head, like, and this is something I really have experienced also, where it's like, boom, it's like, there's one part of me that's like, we're gonna succeed, we're gonna do all these great things, like, we're gonna bright positive outlook on our future, like, amazing things are gonna happen, I have these dreams and I'm gonna go after them. And that voice is right here in the front. But then there's another part, like a little sucker gremlin who's back here, and he's like, yeah, right, sure, buddy, no way, it ain't happening. And that dude is anytime, positive guy says something, the little sucker gremlin back there, he's like, yeah, sure, right, buddy, no way, yeah, right, get a life. And I've got rid of that gremlin, but she still had that gremlin who, like, when she was dreaming big and thinking of what she wanted to do, that gremlin would come in and say these things. So boom, so I was like, okay, well, what were the steps that it really took for me to get rid of that noise, that gremlin dude who was in the back? And it was essentially living, it was essentially breaking my patterns and knowing, like, experiencing firsthand that I am not that thought, I am not that pattern, I am not that gremlin. That gremlin is not me. That gremlin doesn't own me. That gremlin is a sucker dude who we are not gonna deal with. And really, I broke that, and I realized, like, I'm not that dude. Whatever. And it was just refreshing to remember, like, okay, the pain is coming up for a reason. The discomfort is there for a reason. And ultimately, if I harness that, if I use that, that has made me who I am today, for sure. So my encouragement is, accept whatever's going on, fully accept it, embrace it, be thankful for it, and move forward and use it and face it. Extraordinary life. Why am I writing about living an extraordinary life? because my life was so fucked up before. Be straight up, you know, because I was so off as a kid. I was in so much trouble. I was doing so much retarded shit that you couldn't even imagine. That, I mean, that's why I'm Mr. Optimal Living, Mr. Extraordinary Life. Like, you know, that's a blessing for me to be here right now, is a blessing. Your favorite guru, your favorite mentor, I promise you, they didn't just wake up at that place of being all, you know, so enlightened. Like, some painful shit had to happen to them for them to wake up and then be at the place of consciousness where it's like, yo, now I'm going to correct that. Now I'm going to embrace this life of consciousness, of optimal living, of living an extraordinary life, of living on purpose, you know? So that's it. I trust that you got something out of that. My arm is getting a little workout from holding this camera up, and that's good because I lost a little weight and this jacket is a little big on me, so I wouldn't mind buffing out my arms a little bit. I'll probably do some push-ups later and all that good money stuff. So we'll chat soon. Let me know what you think. Talk soon, yo. Peace.